Yo, what's going on, people? It's your guy. It's your guy, Ali the Bastard. And I have now just came back and have graced YouTube with my presence. I almost want to put my eyebrow up right motherfucking now, like The Rock. I want to just stand the fuck up and say, finally, Ali has come back to YouTube. I want to do it so fucking badly. What's going on, people? I missed the fuck out of y'all. And honestly, welcome to a series that I'm going to end up calling Passport Bros Explained. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to explain this. Now, people who've actually followed my channel for a very long time know for a fact that I spent over 2 years, a little bit over 2 years in Kenya because of the fact that I was looking for a wife, because of the fact that I understand that black women within the United States of America are impossible to marry, let alone date. I understand that we actually divorce at a rate that's so fucking astronomical, it's insane. And we have children out of wedlock at an even more ridiculous rate. I understand the fact that we go through all the shit that we go through here as a black man and black women. I want y'all to understand this. Look, before I start this series up, because it's going to be the first video in the series, I want y'all to understand, black women, don't get me wrong. There is some shitty ass people in this Passport Bros community. And I'm gonna start fucking exposing the shit out of these jackasses too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, black women, I'm gonna try my best to be I'm gonna try to be as nonpartisan as I possibly can, but at the exact same time, understand it's impossible for me to be nonpartisan because I'm a man. I am someone who actually did this before, and I am someone who actually just wants us to, as a people, to be better. But at the exact same time, I'm not totally on your side. Sorry, I'm a switch ass agent like a motherfucker on y'all. Now, don't get me wrong. Are black women beautiful within the United States of America? Weave and eyelashes on and other extra shit. Look here, honey. Look, you good. You good. Don't get me wrong. Y'all fine as fuck. Y'all beautiful as shit within the United States. But see, what's happened is, over the years, after so much rejection, after so many times that you guys put us down, after coming up with all these fucking terms of how terrible we are, I don't want no scrubs, and now the newest of the newest, which is Dusty. Like, after all of this shit, and then being pushed away because of the fact that we men aren't all 6 foot tall or 6 foot tall or higher. We don't all have degrees. We don't all have decent jobs. We don't all have so much. It's just so much. You guys just increase this list of prerequisites of what it is that you need so fucking much on a constant damn basis. I've actually had a fucking 55 pound bitch tell my black ass that honestly she couldn't date me because of the fact that I was 240. And she needed someone skinnier. No. Like, really, I really need y'all to understand. A bitch built like a blimp can actually tell me at 240 that, oh, she needs someone smaller. Dude, this is what I'm fucking saying. So much shit has changed. So much. And this is the reason why this Passport Bros thing exists. Now, before this shit even got hot, I was already traveling back when I was 27 years old. I'm 37 now. I've been traveling for about 10 years. My first place was when I went to go and get my wife. My wife was a woman who was Jamaican, but she was actually British at the exact same time. For people who don't understand that, listen, at one point in time, Jamaica used to be part of British territory, and people could actually go and migrate from Jamaica to Great Britain at one point in time. And she was actually a Jamaican person who had dual citizenship between both areas. So that's what happened. That's my wife. Now, that's the wife that died, by the way. So let me go ahead and give y'all a dramatic pause. All right, there we go. So, what I actually did understand, though, back at that time, I was 27 years old. It was very attractive. It was very attractive. I was a very attractive man, still am. But what I did understand is that if you didn't have this swag to you, that women here in the United States would pass you by. They would leave you the fuck alone. They search for this swag, this guy who has this everlasting form of vibe. That's a new thing now. This vibe now. They're searching for this vibe. This guy who just puts off these vibes. Dude, real shit. Let's be perfectly honest. The way it used to be back in the day was, all right, look, let's take your grandma and your grandfather. People, men, women, ladies, gentlemen. Let's be perfectly honest. I want to talk to you guys about your grandparents. I want all of you to close your eyes right now while I'm actually talking. I want you to talk. I want you to really think about your grandma and your grandpa. I want y'all to think about it. Think about how sweet he was when you came up. Think about how he always had some candy for you. Think about how this man always hugged you, cared about you, gave you some money when you needed it. And think about how great of a grandfather he was to you. Now you know what I want you to do? Think about what kind of a husband he was. This man was fucking trash. I guarantee your grandfather beat the fuck out your grandmother. He smacked the shit out that bitch. I promise he did. You can't tell me shit. I'm talking about granddad used to come back home after he got out the war, of course. Came around, fucked her, and had all these damn kids. Came back in the damn house, beat the shit out your grandma. You know why? Because of the fact that your grandma had some fucking mouth. Your grandmother started talking shit, and your granddad beat the fuck out of her. That's what used to happen back in the day. You know why? Because of the fact that at one point in time, we understood that we were men. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay for someone to just beat the shit out of a woman. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this. There was a hierarchy within the household. The man was on top. The woman was the woman behind the man on top, and then came the children. That's what happened. But the man was always on top. And now it's gotten to the point now where it's like, your grandmother, let's take that same woman, who probably went and made maybe a sweet potato pie filled with tears after getting an ass whooped for talking shit to grandpa. Your grandmother, at one point in time, she was like 15, 16 years old. It was around the time of the war, Great Depression, shit like that. And your grandma was looking for a husband at the age of 15, probably, because that's when women used to marry back then. That's when they used to fucking marry. Around 15, 16. If you was 17 years old, they called you an old crow ass bitch, and you never find a husband. Real shit. They were ready to fucking marry around 15, 16, 17 years old. The only thing your grandmother was looking for was for a man who could fucking provide and have children. As long as that nigga had a working dick and a form of income, it was a wrap. If your grandpa worked at a fucking car dealership, car repair place, post office. Oh shit, that means he got benefits. That's all these women were looking for. And that's what made a man desirable. And then what made them even more desirable was one that didn't practice karate move number 52 on they women, which is a punch in the face and a kick in the groin. As long as that man was actually decent, nice, loving, and didn't have the tendency to smack a bitch, that was a fucking desired man. That was a man that everybody wanted. Oh my gosh. James was a very good man. I've never had him hit me once. Oh no, he never hit me once. And he went to work every day and came back home. Don't get me wrong, James was an ugly motherfucker, but he was good to me. That's what was important back then. Now, let's fast forward here now to 2022. What's important to women these days? You've got to still have that money. You still got to be able to treat a woman correctly. But now, you got to have a car. Now, you have to have swag. Now, you have to have vibes. Now, you actually have to be very attractive physically. Now, you have to have a certain dick prerequisite. That's 7 fucking things I'm talking about right fucking now, when all your grandma wanted was 2 to 3. It would have been a happy Sunday if she could have got a dick over 8 inches. What? Are you serious? This has gotten to this point where it's so sad, but I'm gonna actually make you guys see it a little bit more, even more so sad. And brace yourselves for this. Even if you had the same good qualities as your granddad, these days women still won't listen to you. Like, let's take that back. Even if you had those good qualities that a grandmother would have wanted back in those days, someone who didn't, someone who was susceptible to smack the shit out of a bitch, had a job, and would love her. Those are 3 qualities that's all they needed back in the day. These days, you got extra. And then even if you actually manage to meet a couple of extra, you got a woman who's going to tell you no. Now, men, y'all should understand that after you go out here and you work within the workforce all damn day and you get your ass kicked and you got your fucking brain cells feeling like you're committing Japanese ritualistic suicide one by fucking one, you're damn near tired, you're fucked up, then you gotta go jump on a bus, get the fuck back home, go to sleep, just go and rinse, wash, and repeat, and do the exact same damn thing tomorrow. The last thing you want. Shit, sorry y'all. The last thing you want is some woman telling you, I'm not making your sandwich. See, that's the reason why women back in the day used to get their ass smacked. Get the shit smacked out. Because the last damn thing after grandpa used to want to hear when he comes back home is, bitch, you're tired. That's the reason why most of your sandwiches, when you were children, they were very moist. Because they were soaked with your grandmother's tears. They were soaked with your grandma's tears. Your grandmother's tears made that sandwich taste so much better. That shit was beautiful. If you ever wanted a better sandwich from your grandmother growing up, the only thing you had to do was say, put some turkey on that fucking bread. That's it. Like, dead ass serious. Your grandmother would have made the best sandwich. Your grandmother would have made the greatest sandwich on earth for you. But I digress. I fucking digress. I do. People, let me introduce you guys to something. Let's get to the point, which is the password bros. Look, I don't condone domestic violence in any way, shape, form, or fashion, in any capacity whatsoever. But women have gotten to the point that they literally don't need us here in the United States of America. At one point in time, your grandmother did need your grandfather because of the fact that men were the ones who worked, went out there, provided things of that nature, accumulated the resources so that way he could actually give it to your grandmother so that way she could distribute them across the household. That's what would happen at one point in time. But now it's gotten to the point where women are rude and disrespectful as shit. If you do not fit their A plus fucking perfect bill of what it is that they're looking for, these women will not fuck with you. And because these women will not fuck with you, you feel hurt, you feel sad. At least at one point in time, there was a guy who ended up going through all the hell on a daily basis that the world would throw at him, and he could come back home to his wife. We are the most unmarried fucking people within this country as blacks. We're unmarried as shit. The most children out of wedlock. The most highest of the high when it comes to divorce rates. But divorce rates mean absolutely nothing if you can't find one damn woman really willing, able, and ready to marry someone. But not just because of the fact that they want someone that looks like Taye Diggs with a fucking 12-inch dick. With a fucking bag in the back of their fucking pocket at all times. What we're going to explore, people, throughout this entire series, because I'm going to get off of Sunsurate like I used to do. I'm going to get off of Sunsurate for a little while. But what we are going to do is we're going to fucking explore the reasoning as to why men actually leave outside of this fucking country, son. So, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead on and sit back. Go ahead and get you some vodka, get you some whiskey. I'm gonna need y'all to just relax and let me take y'all on this ride, because America, Black America, is nowhere like it used to be. And honestly, a lot of you women are about to come to a lot of rude awakenings, and a lot of you men, even the men who feel like they're going overseas to go and find someone else, y'all about to come to some rude awakenings too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because I did a lot when I was overseas, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a certain type of man who's gonna find a wife, and there's a certain type of man who's gonna end up finding exactly what they're looking for, and then there's another type of man who's gonna find what they're looking for, but it's gonna be the most fucked up shit they could possibly think of. So, welcome to 101 of Passport Bros, featuring your host, your guy, Ali the Bastard. Let's get it, son.